Midnight Muses here. Welcome back to my channel. Oh, you still can actually see stuff that I've moved. Sorry. Welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a late updated going back to work, mental health, just a whole life update video. I was not planning on shooting today. Actually, I don't know when I was planning on shooting, as it's already Wednesday and my week has kind of really flown by. I do kind of want to keep my going back to work as its own individual series. So what I think I may do is actually do that update next week. Because I do also have my Ipsy that I really want to do a little unboxing video for, just to have something quick that I can shoot fast and upload quickly, because it's been a really busy week. I have a little bit of downtime at the moment, and it's to do with the whole job hunt situation. But as I said, I think I'm going to update that next week, especially since like right now I'm only at the halfway point of that update, so there's no point in doing a full update right now. My chin is red because I was eating dinner and I got my foundation off. That's okay. It's not a makeup video. It's an update video. So I think I'm going to do more of like a mental health update, because I actually haven't done that in a while. Like, I've been doing the whole going back to work and how it's affecting me going back to work and other things, but I haven't just sat in front of a camera and talked to you guys about how I am personally, and I do have some things to talk about on a more personal level in that way. So my hair is like, I put too many curls in it today. I mean, I have curly hair, but like clearly I've added curls to it, and they were all pulled out and nice, and then they just kind of wrapped around. This is the problem with having curly hair. Everyone's like, oh no, curly hair is the best. And yes, it is, absolutely. Like, these will last all week if I want them to, but I had them all pulled out and looked beautiful, like super like natural but extremely curly. And then I was sitting down and reading for a while, and they just like literally like wrapped back up into like individual ringlets. Again, this is why everyone has always called me Shirley Temple, because my hair does do that very naturally. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyways, stop being self-conscious. This is not a makeup video. Let's get right into it, talking about how things have been. Also, I actually have the house to myself, and I know usually when I do that, I do tend to film downstairs, just somewhere else that I'm not in my room, because it's so hot in here. As you can see, I'm sweating. Got the fan going, not making a difference. So hot, but I don't know. I just kind of want to get it out, talk about it, so that I can wash all my makeup off, go into some cardio, and then I don't know if I'm gonna do yoga or what, but workout time is happening tonight. I also haven't had a chance to do a proper workout at all this week because we have Fiesta going on. I'm going to talk about that as well. But the thing I actually want to talk about first today is I had a bit of an interesting week to do with my PCOS, where I had an ultrasound on Monday just to check in on my IUD to make sure everything was okay, because I get pretty consistent cramps, and by pretty consistent I mean every single day. It just varies from whether they're bad to whether they're totally manageable. It just like goes up and down. And then also, if anyone's uncomfortable hearing about periods, you are not on the right channel. But I get periods way too often, and I have gotten them far more frequently since I stopped smoking, which is weird, because I was told that the fact that apparently I'm not even supposed to be getting periods at all. It's very rare to still get periods when you're on the particular one that I am, and that, they thought it was because I was smoking. And so now that I've quit smoking for so many months, and it's actually made that issue worse, they're like, that doesn't make sense. So let's go and get you an ultrasound, make sure everything is good to go. So okay, cool, whatever. Did that on Monday. Tuesday, doctor calls me, freaking out, like, hey, so things aren't normal. It's in the right. It's moved down or whatever. And I was like, okay, what do we do? She goes, we gotta get it taken out like right away, and then we'll figure out our options from there, and maybe get a new one put in. Whatever, we'll figure it out. And I was like, okay, cool. Not what I was planning on doing this week. I've got interviews and stuff going on, but hey, whatever. Let's do this. So, okay, fine. Then she calls a couple hours later. Says, okay, not today, but come in tomorrow afternoon, which is today. I know it sounded confusing. And then around 2:30, and then we'll do it. I said, okay, fine. My interview's at 1. I can come in after. That's no problem. And she's like, okay, there'll be a nurse that you meet. This is her name. ask for her. There's no appointment, but just come in and we'll make sure that, you get taken care of. Everything's fine. Also, by the way, you've been saying that you've been having these symptoms essentially since you've had it put in. They've just gone like up and down all the time. I was like, yeah. She goes, well, they did your ultrasound in November. The results were the same. And I was like, oh, well, that's good. So apparently it should have been taken out from then. So my anxiety has just been like, on top of the fact that I had an interview this week, it's just been like, oh my gosh, like, of all the times to really test if like I'm okay with like going back to like normal life, this is the week for it. It's like, not only am I stressed out about having an interview, going back to work, and all the feelings that I have about that, but then I have this like medical issue going on, and my PCOS is like causing me major issues, and it's like, okay, well, I just gotta figure it all out somehow. And then on top of all of that, I've been volunteering at the Caribbean Club because, West Indian, and I've been part of that club for 23 years. And I actually came back this year where I haven't been doing anything for 2 years. I did a bunch of posters and signs and flags for them. I've only done the makeup on the girls once so far this week, but it is Wednesday, so I've missed 2 out of 3 days, which sucks, but I do plan on finishing the rest of the week. It's just, as I said, I had some job stuff going on today, which is holding me back from not going this evening, but I'll be there tomorrow. Not part of this story. Anyways, so anxiety, high. So go to the interview, as I said, talk about that next week. And then went to my appointment with the nurse, who was amazing, like absolutely amazing. And she was like, okay, so change of plan, you're fine, nothing needs to move. And I was like, okay, but like I got like told from my doctor, like she was quite like, like, oh, this is a big problem, this needs to be like emergency, like if you can't come to me, you have to go to the emergency room to take this thing out now, kind of like, you need to do this. I was scared. And she's like, no, she read it wrong. I was like, what do you mean she read it wrong? She's like, well, and again, going to my PCOS, something in that, it's a word. I talked to her about my cousin, but because I know that I'm the worst at pronouncing things and explaining things, I'm not going to try to confuse people or say the wrong thing. But something to do with something, they were reading it wrong. Instead of they were reading a measurement inside of my body, which is just a measurement inside of my body, but they were reading that as like the IUD had fallen that much, when it was just it was just a measurement of me, not of the thing itself and where it was. So big confusion. And then adding on to the fact that when they did do my ultrasound in November, I had a cyst recently burst, which put a lot of shadows on the ultrasound. They were kind of, things got mixed up, basically, is what it turned out to be. And I was like, okay, well, thanks for, letting me know. But I really, really liked the nurse I talked to today. She was super, super knowledgeable. We talked a lot about PCOS. Actually, I had probably the best conversation with a medical professional about that I have ever had. And I've been dealing with it since I was about 13. I didn't get an official diagnosis for quite a few years after that. At that point in time, it was just cysts on your ovaries and you're gaining weight for no reason, because when I started gaining weight, I was extremely athletic. Now we have all this more information. So I'm on the verge of doing another overhaul of my diet. I know last year, basically at about, no, a little bit earlier than this, last year around, I think maybe February, March, I did a big overhaul of my diet and lifestyle, which has been great. And I've gotten a lot healthier, and I have gotten smaller, but I haven't lost any weight. It's really weird. Well, no, I haven't, because I'd gone down about 20 to 30 pounds, but now I've gained about 10 more pounds, and I've just gotten more physically active and eaten better in that process. And I know, yes, muscle weighs more than fat, and you've gotten a lot stronger, and you have definitely gotten a lot more muscles, and all of that's great, but it's really frustrating. And so to finally get some more kind of concrete answers as to what the causes are is really good, because I know, like with me, thyroidism runs in my family. I was always like, okay, like to every like doctor I had, please check it again, please check it again, please check it again, because I work out, I eat well, nothing happens, I hate this, please check it, check it, check it, check it. And no one once ever told me that one of the symptoms of PCOS is being insulin resistant, and that it makes it, you basically have the symptoms of hypothyroidism, where you gain weight easily and it's almost impossible to lose it. And it's like, could no one have told me that? Could no one have told me that? Because that would have made a huge difference. And I was like, you know what, that explains a lot, because when I lived in Oakville, that's the only time that I actually didn't just get smaller, but lost actual weight as well, like real weight, and kept it off for the 2 years that I was there. And I lived with someone who had celiac, and so we cooked everything at home, because I was also pretty new with my allergies as well, so I didn't know anywhere outside that I could eat. So we ate pretty cleanly, and I didn't have like any carbs at all. It was very rare for me to have a carb. I'd have like, well, not carb, but I mean like wheat. I'd have rice with everything, but I wouldn't have any actual bread, and that's the only thing that really made like a significant difference. So, but it was just, I don't know, information. Information was great. So I really, really appreciated the talk that I had with her. And it's so funny because my anxiety went from being like skyrocketing to like, oh my gosh, do I need some Xanax? Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, to like right down, feeling cool, feeling fresh, ready to take on a new task. And it's so funny because she was saying, you know, there is no cure for this. It's just managing it, you know, but don't be hard on yourself. Like, this is just kind of how it's going to be for you. And the issues that you're having, it's not the IUD, it's just how your body functions. And, you know, you can try things, but don't be upset when they don't work. And it's, you know, the Leo and borderline in me is like, no, I will do things to make things better. Don't you try and stop me. So I'm going to grab this that I ordered the other day, which has been super, super awesome. I don't know. It's from someone from Australia who wrote the book. Her name is Tara Spencer. She's fantastic so far. It doesn't look like I've read a lot, but I actually have read a lot, because all of the information that's like the instructional information is right in the beginning, and then the rest of it is just like ingredients and recipes and stuff. So I've read that stuff. But what I really like about that is not only do they give you some like, okay, some symptoms, and some other ways to help it, but they give you guidelines on like, okay, how to eat better and what things help with PCOS. It's like strictly eating and exercising for PCOS, and also what it has is like a 2-week kind of like start, where it's has your grocery list, how to get started, how often to eat, when, like what to eat and when, and like all these different things. If you're a vitamin taker, which I am, like vitamins you can add to again your life, just to kind of make things work a little bit better. So I'm definitely jumping right into that. This has also gotten worse recently. I don't know why that is. I think it's just stress. But basically I'm doing good, but getting back into the whole, okay, you're doing better, you're feeling better, you are achieving things, you are overcoming things. And so in so doing, as usual, more hurdles jump in your way. And it's just a matter of, okay, that's fine. New things coming in. I can take care of that too, and we got this. So just trying to, you know, stay strong, keep my head above water. I'm feeling really good right now, obviously. The way that I talk. I can always hear it in my voice when I sound optimistic and when I don't. Even though I have like a weird scratch in my throat. I swear, if I get sick, I'll be so mad. My brother and his girlfriend are going to Korea, sick as dogs today. So, I as much as I love them and I'm going to miss it, I'm so happy for them. I have at the same time also been like really avoiding them because I don't want to get any of that. But I also drink like 4 liters of water a day, so I think I'll be okay. Because I've noticed that every time that I get a hint of like, there's no actual soreness. I can literally just hear it when I'm talking. But when I get that, when I can hear it in my voice, that that doesn't really sound like normal, just drink more water. It goes away. Everything's fine. Make sure you take your vitamins. So as much as I'm laughing and joking and I'm clearly in a good mood while I'm talking to you about this, I have had a pretty hellish week. Just in terms of being so scared that there was something wrong, because I really, really want to have a kid one day, and the idea that something, that was put in my body to help with symptoms that I have to make it easier to have a kid could have been doing the opposite really kind of freaked me out. So I'm really, really happy that turned out okay. And I think maybe that's why I'm so elated right now, because it did turn out okay. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Okay, we got this. We can do this. We can keep moving for this. But it's I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'm just here to say be optimistic. I think that's something that I've been really, really living by for quite a while now, is that if you are in a negative space, you talk negatively, whether it's to yourself, to other people, about other people, anything, if you are just in that negative mind space, negativity will then come to you, because that's all you're drawing to you, But if you are optimistic, if you are kind, if you are happy, if you are spreading joy, if you're spreading optimism, if you are looking for the best in everything and really just trying your best, and have that in your headspace of, what, if something bad happens, but at least I know that I've done the best that I can, and I'm going to keep trying to do the best that I can, and be the best version of myself that I can be. Good things come. And I mean, 2 years ago I was in a hospital not wanting to be alive anymore, and now I'm in love. I'm rapidly working on going back to work, doing what I can so that I can have a kid one day, organizing a wedding. Like, my life could not be more different today than it was then, and a lot of that has to do with my mindset. And it's really interesting. And actually, I've had 2 conversations about this now. I had one with one of the nurses back in the hospital, and then I had one with one of my therapists just recently at group therapy. So I think I'm going to sneeze in a minute, about the whole fake it till you make it. And for some people that works really, really well. I am not one of those people. And actually, I first realized that from one of the nurses that I was that I dealt with while I was in the hospital. And actually it was 2 of them, but mainly one. And she says, don't do that, because if you're faking it, you're still faking it. You're not really living it. You're not really believing it. It's not really going to work unless you really believe it. Whereas other people are like, well, if you pretend long enough, you start, it's the whole thing of, if you say enough lies, you'll start believing the lies, right? I'm not that kind of person. That doesn't work for me. If I'm pretending, I'm pretending. It's like the whole work face, At work, I'm a different person. Well, okay, actually, at work, I'm not a different person. I'm just happy because I'm at work. I like to work. But, like, that thing where a lot of retail workers especially, and it's funny because I am one and I'm not like that, but have that, like, work voice, work smile, work whatever. I mean, I do sometimes, but I'm not the everyday work smile person. But I know a lot of people that are, where they go and they're like, oh, hi, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. What can I do for you? All that kind of stuff. And then they go home like, oh, God, I hate my life. Yeah, to me, that is what fake it till you make it is not real. It is purely an act, purely pretend, and there is nothing behind it. And I know some people it does work for. So if it works for you, I don't mean this towards you. I mean this towards the people that it does not work for. And I don't know if it's because I'm such a black and white thinker. I don't know if it's because I'm one of those, like, Leos, and who's like, everything has to be a certain way. I'm strong, I'm this and that, or whatever. I can't, and also I'm a horrible actress. I should also make that be known. I terrible. Do not put me in front of a camera with a script. Bad things will happen. It's not for me. I can do this because this is off scripted. This is off the cuff. It's rambly. It's weird. It doesn't always make sense. Do not put a script in front of me. But for me, I found that nothing really worked until I actually believed that it would. And I don't know how to make that happen. If that's what you need, I don't know how to make that happen. I'm so sorry. For me, it was love. I started dating at the end of my hospital stay. Like, I'd go on dates on weekends. And it was funny because, like, the nurse and they were like, no, do it now because you haven't quite left us yet. I was like in like the last month of the program. They're like, you haven't left us yet. So if anything happens, you still have your support that you can come into every day, and we can kind of make sure you're okay. And so I started dating. I didn't really have much faith in the dating because I was just online dating. Online dating sucks. And for the most part, I didn't find anyone worthwhile. And I do say for the most part because I met my boyfriend on there. And it was really funny because he messaged me a few times and I ignored him. But when I did finally go and see him, not even see him, when I talked to him for the first time on the phone, it's just something inside of me clicked that something was different, something was right. And I just had this kind of feeling that was like, go with your gut, and if you go with your gut, everything will work out. And I was like, okay, you know what, we're gonna try it. Because to be quite frank, the whole time I was in the hospital, I didn't believe anything. I was just waiting to get out of there to go and do more stupidness. And then I met Sean, and I didn't want to anymore. I wanted to live. I wanted to actually implement all of the things that I learned in the hospital and really, really put everything I had into my recovery and into having a good life again and into just everything. So for anyone out there looking for your thing, I don't know what it's going to be for you. For me, it was love, but also I think that might be because I'm older now and that's just what I needed at this time. But when I had a really horrible time when I was 17, it wasn't love. It was, well, it wasn't a way, but it was music and it was art that got me out of my deep hole and made me enjoy life again. So whatever it is for you, but I say don't fake it till you make it. Find something that makes you really feel alive and then just follow that and make it every interview and hold on to it and fight for your life once you find something and keep going with it. And I mean, I still love music and art to this day. I'm still constantly painting, listening to things. I don't regret for a second all of my music related tattoos, especially this one that I just pointed to, which is literally, it says swim for the music that saves you when you're not so sure you'll survive, which is just keep fighting, keep going, keep doing. But yeah, so things are looking up, things are looking okay. It's hard. A lot of the days is hard. I hate that I always update when I'm feeling great. I'm gonna try and update once when I'm not, but it's hard because you don't want to and you don't. But wishing you all the best. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I know it was rambly and all over the place. I wanted to update you guys on how I was feeling as a person outside of my themed videos. So thank you for being here, and I will see you again, hopefully with a little Ipsy video at the end of the week. If not, I'll see you next week. All right, bye.